Susan.
Hey, how are you?
Fantastic. How are you?
I'm great. Hey, how's that contact happening?
Okay, I just got off the phone with him and told him what you guys wish to do, and he's more than receptive to meet with you folks. And if you want to interview him, that's fine. If you want to give him a call, either or. But yeah, he's certainly interested to talking to you guys. If that's what you want to do.
Okay. And are there other people looking to interview him?
Yeah, he's actually going to be on Newsmax tomorrow, and he's going to be on a radio show tomorrow morning also. I forget the name. It's on AON.
OAN. Oh my gosh, that's wonderful. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, we don't want to hold you too long. Thanks so much for calling us. We're going to get on our way to Charleroi, but thank you so much for this lead. We greatly appreciate it.
Forwarded to voicemail.
Oh, no.
The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Hi Tom, this is Susan, aka Speedy. Fick gave me your number. We are in Bell Vernon, getting on 70 right now, and we'll be in Charleroi in no time. So we do want to meet you up in the park. Could you please give me a call back? All right, look forward to speaking with you. God bless. Bye bye. All right, here we go.
Howdy.
Hello.
Hey, this is Tom. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm real well, thanks. You're coming into Charleroi right now,
We're here.
and there's a pavilion that sits back there. It looks out over the river.
Okay.
And I'll meet you guys right there.
Okay, sounds good.
You got it.
All right, we'll
Thanks,
see you
guys.
soon. Okay, bye.
I know what you guys do. I've seen your videos. I've seen you in action live. I mean, you guys set up on overpasses a good bit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Like I said, anything for the cause. But in terms of what I know about what's going on here, do you have any direct questions, or I understand yours is human trafficking, which I don't know. That's not my not my area.
Yeah,
Like
that's
I
above,
don't
sure.
know if that's happening here or
Sure.
not, but
Sure, or even like labor trafficking. I guess I could come
yeah,
to.
well, that definitely is happening, and what has happened now is that we've imported this enormous population of 2,000 people on top of the 4,000 people that live here. And Reschenthaler has also been nowhere, to be found. I've made a couple calls to his office and have gotten no response. I've talked to people. I mean, I've spoke with them and made very clear my concerns, and have had no response.
Well, our reports are, what we're reading is that there's 2,000 Haitians that have been moved in here.
Correct.
It's only
4,000.
4,000
Correct.
citizens that are here.
And we just included there were
Large increase.
450 job losses.
Correct.
Yeah.
So we just lost 450.
Right.
And now we have 2,000.
And the rest of that job loss story is one of the other bigger employers in Charleroi is called 4th Street Packing. Okay.
Yeah, we know about
Owned by
that.
Dave Barb. Now, there's also now rumors swirling that is on its way out to newsstand.
Oh, okay.
So, because Amazon just opened a new gigantic fulfillment center down at Newsstand, where a lot of our Haitian population works. So they're buzzing across 70 and working at that fulfillment center in Newsstand. Yeah, that new fulfillment center in Newsstand is open, and a lot of the population here.
I've heard it was UPS too.
I have a
Because
cousin
they
that-
need translators at UPS right
I have a
now.
cousin that works at the New Stanton fulfillment center for Amazon,
For Amazon.
and he's told me, he said, there's an enormous contingency of Haitian employees here.
You guys see a lot of them driving too. We've heard that they can go to the DMV with nothing more than a piece of paper and saying, I drive in my home country, and they can just get a license.
I can't confirm or deny that. I don't know all I can tell you is there's a van service. They run many vans around
The white
Charleroi.
vans,
One
yeah.
of them that ran over my son's bloodhound puppy, Old Red, and killed it right in front of his mother.
Was there any remorse for that? I mean, how was
No,
that taken?
there was your dog shouldn't be in the street.
The
And
Haitians
she
said that.
she lives up there in North Charleroi, which is on a extreme grade, and those roads
Mm-hmm.
are extraordinarily narrow, and driving more than 15 miles an hour on any of those roads should be unlawful, and
Mm-hmm.
really is. And they're buzzing around in these vans going 40, what I mean? So it's just a matter of time until, a human ends up.
Do you think do you have, or what is the community saying? Why do they think that this, of all places, of all towns, why was this town chosen to be a drop-off point?
Because it has because it's poor. It's a poor Mon Valley remnant of the fallout from the 80s steel failure. To continue your thought about driver's licenses, okay. The one conversation that I was privy to between one of our Haitian immigrants was that they get their driver's licenses in Florida because they're much easier to attain in Florida than they are in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
So there's this triangle that goes, there's a large population in New York, large population in Florida. So a lot of the administrative work is going on up in New York and down in Florida. And this is all kind of a franchise or satellite. So that's, the best of my knowledge, more or less how it's working. You know, and the other big question that I have is, you know, this was all brought here obviously by the Harris and Biden administration, and it's under this, it's the first letter of the whatever this program is they use to bring them. They're not illegal. You know, people need to understand that the vast majority of them that we know, they're not here illegally. They are here under a plan implemented by the Biden and Harris administration, the temporary
Temporary is the
worker,
key.
something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Temporary is
Right.
the key, though.
The
But
key
how
is
long is temporary?
how long is temporary?
Correct.
And my theory
Temporary,
on that
just
is
enough
that,
to vote.
well, my theory is that if Harris wins, that temporary status gets extended indefinitely, and if Trump wins, then the temporary status becomes more pressing. And your questions are all very valid. Nobody knows the answer yet as to have they been registered to vote.
Have you had any experience with some of these other stories we've heard? People saying, I don't know about so much about household pets,
Right.
but also people saying goat carcasses
I know.
being discarded, things like that. I don't know if you're seeing that.
Here's what I can tell you about this whole kerfluffle over they're eating our pets. When I moved here in 2017, again, I live on the hill kind of back this way. His mother lives on the hill kind of back that way. So I'm back and forth through town every day, literally. And on the way to his mother's house, up 6th Street, there's an intersection at the top of 6th Street and Highland. As you come up, and you're coming up a steep hill. It was vacant. It was just grown in, grass. Occasionally got cut, occasionally it didn't. My son and I affectionately called it Cat Piss Corner because the unmistakable smell of cat urine in the summers would knock you over. You'd have to roll the frickin' windows up in your car driving past it. It was so there was an enormous feral cat population in Charleroi when I moved here in 2017.
There was.
There is no longer.
And we don't think that's
Draw your
the
own
fosters.
conclusions.
Yeah, it's not the fosters coming in, and they'll let them go back out.
It
They'll
is-
release them.
It is
Yeah.
not. It is not from the tireless work of animal
Yes,
control.
you don't see them in here.
I know animal control. That's not
Yeah,
not
yeah.
how it happened. So
Yeah.
that's what I can tell you. I have not seen any. I've not seen carcasses or any abductions or anything like that.
We know it's not always eating it too. We know.
No, they use
there's
them in religious-
rituals,
Yeah,
they use them
there's,
in-
there's voodoo,
Yeah, voodoo,
religious,
cults,
yeah,
things like that. They're
rituals.
sacrificing.
Yes.
So I don't know if you know this, but it seems like most of them are working generally. You don't
Yes,
see,
oh,
like,
very
a ton of them
hardworking.
on welfare,
Very
not
hardworking.
working and not doing anything useful. They're all basically working.
There's what I see is, you know, yes, they definitely work. You know, like I said, if you go down the main drag, they've opened businesses. You know, they open storefronts, and
that's amazing. It's like, how would you get the financing?
well,
Yeah.
they get no interest loans. You know, part of this again, this is that your
Loans that even citizens can't
your
get.
questions are the ones that need the digging, and that is, what exactly are the rules of this temporary program they were brought in under? Where is this document that shows exactly what they are entitled to and how long they are expected to be here and if they can be extended or not? This all needs to be addressed immediately.
What we
because-
do know for Charleroi is that the unemployment rate is high, and there's a lot of local people that are citizens are not getting these jobs. They don't have access to these jobs, and they're being prevented from getting access to these jobs because they're taken from people. That
There's a lot of that going on. I mean, I think it was the Fed of the Treasury Department made a statement today that there's no question that illegal immigration is helping spike unemployment numbers.
right.
I mean, and again, you got to be careful here because a lot of these people, they're not here illegally. They were brought here under Harris and Biden. And I know that if you follow the money trail, there's a money trail from the federal government to the state office. Probably Wolf was probably at the beginning of it, and now Josh. And I'm guaranteeing you that money went from the federal government, it went to the governor's office, and then it is now being disseminated to the local areas through the government, and then down to your local business people. And again, you know, I'm not here to indict the Haitian population. I'm here to say that Charleroi being selected for this, like I said, I mean, what's the, you know, they dropped 47 immigrants into Martha's Vineyard, and they were there for 48 hours.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so to the powers that be, I say, so there's no question that we're living in a two-tiered serf system here, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you drop them off in Martha's Vineyard, you have them off that property pronto. If you drop them off in Charleroi, anybody that mentions it is a stone cold racist.
Mm-hmm.
Since they have been here for a while, though,
Yeah.
that's going to be through a number of primaries. Have you ever seen any of them trying to go in and vote?
No,
anywhere
I have
or
not.
anything
And
like that?
I vote on election day. I never miss a vote, and
Doesn't
I
mean
vote
they
on
can't do it
election
by
day.
mail.
It does not.
But
No, it does not. But I can tell you that my experience is that I go to the my polling place, and I vote in person. And I know people that work at the polls, and I speak with them regularly.
Thanks to Act 77 mail-in voting, you won't see them.
Correct.
You won't see their votes.
Correct. So there's smoke. No,
Yeah.
it's going to take citizen journalists and independents, because the mainstream report, I guess last night, on Channel 2, where they found a couple people around here to talk and say that, I guess it was the school superintendent and somebody else, to say that everything's peachy. Is that basically
correct,
what was?
correct. I didn't like that one at all.
Okay. So that was
That's why
basically
we came today, because I
their
was not
take
happy
is
with
that
that.
all good, nothing to see here.
Yeah, correct, yeah.
Okay.
So if we have all of these people coming in, and we have people losing jobs, how are people affording housing?
Obviously, it's subsidized. There's no question about it. Now, the other answer is, and I'm almost positive this has happened, is some of the business interests who encouraged this population to come here were buying up
Houses?
the houses in Charleroi, and I'm pretty sure that they're making money on both ends through. And I tell people all the time, you don't have to leave the state, or you don't have to leave the country to go see. You don't have to leave the state or the country to go see the difference in the way the Mon Valley is treated. You just got to drive to Peters Township, or Mount Lebanon, or Rostraver, or South Strabane. You don't have to go that far to understand that this place has been has been tagged as a dumping ground, more or less.
Yeah, there's another rumor we wanted to put to rest and find out if you knew anything about it. You might not have even heard it. At this Queens Market up here, we've heard that they've actually been putting out a sign saying no whites allowed.
I've heard the same, and I don't know. I drive through there every day, and I pay very close attention as I'm driving through town, as this has all unfolded. So I know everything and how it has all happened. Now, I have not seen it. I have not seen it. Now, if it's not saying that it can't happen when I'm not there,
Right.
because
Right.
But
you've been around enough. So where are they getting food? Are they going to the Walmarts and
Yeah,
things
where's all
like
the
that?
supplies coming from?
Yeah, that's a fair question. I don't know if they're going to any of Avolios, or going down to Strip District and picking it up and humping it back here, or whether they're going to the Walmart up in Bell Vernon and getting it and bringing it here. I don't know. I went to the story of the place out in Ohio. That was a good month ago that I saw the first rumblings of that, and I was like, oh, really? So I looked it up, and I'm like, huh. Okay, we're not alone. So then I saw the size of that place. It's 58,000 people. I'm like, so they're going to definitely start drawing the first real eyes of this because of the size of the place.
Yeah.
And then it will trickle down to here and whatever other places like Charleroi are out there. And I'm sure there are.
Right.
Well, McKeesport is getting an influx, and right now they had a meeting, and they want interpreters. And the community, a small portion, I can say, since that's where I'm from, says they deserve interpreters, but who pays for the interpreters? And the thing is, I know what it's like to struggle. My dad was a steel mill worker, laid off all the time. my parents don't have money to buy interpreters. They can't even afford to be a senior citizen in McKeesport. So it's happening, like you said, in the Mon Valley. So I want to just thank you for being a voice here, because I think I'm going to have to be the voice for McKeesport now.
Good for you.
It's not okay what's happening.
No.
And our, you know, our fathers, you know, our grandfathers, my grandfather built part of that mill.
Yeah.
And it's not okay that those cities are becoming what they're becoming.
My grandmother lived on Beach Street, right across from Centennial School. So, yeah, I mean, it's not hard to draw a line between the decision on the Mon Valley and the destitution of the Mon Valley, and figuring it's a throwaway situation, nobody's going to care.
How about your crime situation? We've heard rumors about execution-style murders. Somebody stabbed, one of the Haitians stabbed another Haitian in the head.
The van?
Was life flighted out of here.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah, there's definitely been.
See an increase in crime.
I know a couple of our law enforcement people here, and they're definitely dealing with a busier docket. And now, in the meantime, you're watching World Kitchen looking at packing up, the pasta company already gone, and 4th Street thinking of the discussion of the rumors of 4th Street leaving. You know, what's left? You know, how are you going to pay for this?
So the Walmart used to be a place where my parents would travel from McKeesport to this Belvern Walmart. And then because the North for Sales came
They're
in.
terrified to go into the North for Sales.
The North for Sales one got bad, so now they have the Belvernon. And now, from my own task force group, I've been told do not go to this Belvernon one.
Not on Saturday or Sunday mornings, because it's just mayhem. No, the rest of the time it's fine. I'm in and out of there all week, but I do not go there on Saturday and Sunday mornings, because apparently there's some sort of.
We've been hearing there's groups there, and
Yeah,
there are men that are making women and children feel very uncomfortable.
And on Saturday and Sunday mornings, I think that would be accurate.
What times do these vans move around, like in the morning and in the evening?
All the time. They are going nonstop all the time. The question that they're asking is, and it's almost becoming universal. They should make a shirt with it. It says, "Why us? How were we chosen?
Yeah.
You know, how was the decision made? What were the favorable situations here?" And again, we all know what the surface answer is. The cover answer is, well, you know, Charleroi was dying on the vine, a losing population, and you need to add something to the tax base to inject, revenue into the tax base through, their annual taxes. Okay, now you've lost your core businesses. Now what's the answer?
I think it's a disservice to people like you in the community, where we were talking about this in the car. You know, it must be nice. I lived in the Middle East for a year. There was no way I was getting a driver's license. No way I was going to own a car. Okay, that wasn't their culture. But for someone to come here and get a store and get a loan and all that stuff, that has to be a major slap in the face to these people who've been working 1, 2, 3 jobs, you know, and barely can put food on their table. It has to be a slap in their face. And as an American, I apologize for that. That just breaks my heart.
And, you know, it was represented as, you know, they were destitute. Now, are they being given, you know, 0 interest loans through federal programs? You know, are they, you know, being subsidized to buy vehicles? These van services that are running around, who owns those vans?
Yeah.
How are they paid for? Who's, you know, I know they got to be paying to use the service. Those vans don't run for free.
Gas.
You got to pay for gas and
There's
service.
some
and
lettering on some of the vans.
yeah, and
type of company.
and the guys that you saw me doing the interview with, they were digging on that. So I expect you'll see a good bit more in-depth coming out of the guys.
Yeah, of course.
In the
I mean,
same
I get
breath
it
as
in-
Charleroi,
in the best
what I would
place
say
it
is
could
that, you know, it was what it was. You know, it was.
Where's the pizza? Gene Boot Candy down there.
Yeah, they're very well
There's 2 guys
done.
right there.
I don't want to. Trump, right there, yellow van. Trump.
I don't want to like put the camera on someone's face and they get mad, you know?
Queens Market, to the left, right there. Right there. I'll go in it. It's no different than me going to Wilkinsburg.
Are you freaking kidding me? You're gonna go in there?
Yeah, I'll go in there. coconut. I totally need a coconut. But these, gotta get the coconut like from Kuwait. There's so much. I want to be able to cut this though.
Good luck with that.
I'm gonna cut this one. But I don't like them hard. You don't cut them open. No. Okay. All right. Because when I lived out in the country, they did that. I like them better that way.
I know what that is. I don't know what that is.
All right, I'm more than ready.
Oh my gosh, it's so big. That's the kind I need.
Is that rice?
Yeah. I wonder if it's jasmine.
You probably have to like.
Oh, I've never had that kind before.
That's a lot of rice.
Yeah.
I'd be good with that.
Soups.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Oh, your drinks are right there too.
You have to get one that's not curved like that. You have to get the kind that are green. That's what we had not. The ones that are green. No. Coconuts.
No, but I want the outside. I do not want the liquid. I want the actual one. I peel it. I want to peel it. I want the real deal. But I need someone to cut it open for me. And then every time I've asked them, they will set up
Ayo, Biko. Olha lá, vai. Chefe. Os cabos eu senti que um sorteio de um lado aí, eu tenho eu já quero isso, eu vou fazer aqui. Essa porra não tem shopping quase a gente na maluca.
I don't have that horse actually. That cover.
Good?
Yeah.
So we just went into where?
So we just went into Queens
The market.
and I purchased this.
And did you feel like we were being watched like crazy? Yeah.
Well, I asked them if they knew how to cut open my coconut, and they didn't seem to understand. So apparently they don't know any English.
Yeah. But they did take your money.
They did take my money, and I think he wanted me to walk away and not give me back change, though. He did take the phone, but I felt like he was like not going to give me change,
Yeah.
which made me feel very uneasy.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Now where are we going?
What's that? There you go. That's it. Isn't it?
Yep.
Packing division.
That's it. Wall Street back.
Look at the guy. Look at the guy right here.
Yeah, keep going.
Go, keep
Yeah, it's
going.
further down.
You can't see anything in here. Look at this.
You can see.
Yeah, you can see.
It's really hard with the phone though.
I think it's the angle. I can see where I'm at.
Yeah, no, it comes
Oh,
through.
yeah, I can see.
So this whole
So,
place
is this a chicken plant? I mean, what is this
a meat
place?
packing plant.
It doesn't look like it. What is all this stuff on the ground
Frozen.
here?
It's frozen meat.
What's all these things on the ground
Barrels.
here?
Here, I'll pull up so it's on your
Barrels.
side.
Yeah, please do. I mean, isn't that odd?
That is. Those with the, like those big round cylinders look like they're ready to hold in pistons because those other holes on the outsides, that's where your bolts are going to come down to keep it in fasten. But what are they doing if they're packing?
I mean, it's just weird that they'd have something like that with chicken.
No, I agree. It doesn't make sense. No, I'm just, yeah. So it's Technip FMC. Technip. Why is Technip?
Let's go back up to the high road.
There's a bunch of
Might
vans.
be a Christian sign on the side.
W1, W-1.
How about,
It's got a W on it, yeah.
Yeah.
how about we pull in there and get it
Yeah,
close
go
up?
get a closer look at.
Thanks.
And here comes the policeman down.
And it says no left turn. Chad just did the left turn. I'm just kidding.
Alright.
Okay, what's it say?
Operational.
Advantage Staffing Agency Opportunities for All.
That's it.
There's one.
There's no
W1.
question about it. That's who they are.
There's
To the
another
airport. This
van.
was an old airport shuttle. The blue
Yeah,
one.
look at that. Super shuttle.
Yeah, they're airport shuttles.
And look at the license
They're
plate.
old ones.
Look, it's out of state.
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
That one's Pennsylvania. This one's Minnesota.
Okay, there's the pizza joint.
There's Armando's. Just killed the cat.
Nice to meet you, Marty. Can you please tell us about what's been going on here in Charleroi?
4th Street Foods, who employs about 700 Haitians, had them all here before this last administration came in and opened the border. They are all here legally. They're hired through an employment agency. They're vetted. There's no illegals here. They found a couple and they were shipped out. So I can tell you that. I'm embarrassed to say that I lived here all my life, and the amount of bigots is unbelievable. They don't pass the complexion test, is their problem.
I got you. I got you.
And that's it. I work with them. They're hard workers. They show up, and I don't know what else to say. They're just, people aren't used to black folks here.
Right.
And that's tough. And there's some Asians. Luckily, I'm learning another language. Ni hao, ni hou man, shi shi.
Okay. Hey, what does that mean?
It's Mandarin. Hello, how are you, and thank you.
Oh, I'm doing great. Thank you.
Just get along. They're here working.
Exactly. That's good.
And
That's
as
good
the
to hear.
owner says, well, I was in his office today. Not one application from anybody in this valley.
No.
No.
Well, we heard also that there's some places that have been closing down. Is that what's going on there?
It was Anchor Hawking Glass. It's formerly Corning Glass.
Okay.
But there was about 300 employees
Yeah,
there.
I saw that Pyrex sign.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
It's a big.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's tough. And there used to be a lot of steel mills around here. They're gone. Gone. And the buildings are gone. It's never come out. It's a shame. Just, it is what it is. Life changes. Move on.
I'm Susan, by the way. What's her name?
Marty.
Marty. Nice to meet you, Marty.
Yeah. So,
So why do you think they just put all of them in here, all the Haitians in here with a population 4,000 and what about?
that's
300?
wrong too.
Oh, no. Where are we at? Do you think, as far as population?
We have 700 employees at the plant.
Okay.
They're through 3 different employment agencies. They're here legitimately, and just can't get people in this valley to work.
Okay.
government passes out too much free money.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Hunger is a great motivator. You stop feeding them, they'll learn to work and show up. And I don't know what else I can add to it. I have no problem. My immediate boss is working 2 jobs to bring his family here legally. He's from Haiti.
Okay.
He already moved him to the Dominican Republic because Haiti's such a hellhole.
Now, to get him here legally, paperwork.
Paperwork with attorneys. He's already spent $15,000 and nothing's happened.
Okay. Wow. Usually, doesn't that usually take like a year or 2 or so?
He's been working on it longer than that.
That's good. That's good.
So
At least legally, that's a good thing.
Yeah, I told him jokingly, head and walk across the border, and that's a shame.
I agree with that.
Yeah, but he's here legally, and then he works full time at the plant, and I think he works at one of the Giant Eagles, stocking produce, just to get him here.
So that is the American dream, right? I've worked 3 jobs the majority of my life. You know what I mean? That's an American dream, isn't it?
I'm still working my way through poverty.
I know, I hear you.
Yeah, but I'm old.
Yeah.
I have
Well-
cavities older than you.
My dad was a steelman worker, so I totally get it. I have the work ethic to just work. I'm from the Key School.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's where my parents were from.
Small place, huh? Small community here today, huh?
Yeah. But it's a shame. It's not what it used to be. And I think the frustrating part is no solution.
Yeah.
You need heavy industry.
Yeah. You need your voice matters, right? We just want the big people to hear our voices.
But who's counting it? The votes, huh?
Who's counting the votes? I hope you and I are on election day, though. We can count the votes if we're qualified to. Yeah.
I found out my parents voted for this current clown last time around. I won't visit their grave anymore.
I understand, and that's the truth.
And let's
you
go.
heard it from Charleroi.
Let's go one step further back. I went to bed on Obama's second term. He was getting his butt kicked. And woke up, and that little magic fairy came down and.
Right.
I feel like you're in a movie sometimes, don't you?
I used to be.
Soap opera?
Used to be.
You used to be in a movie. Are you a movie star and we don't know it?
If you turn that camera off, I'll tell you the good stories.
Looking at Charleroi, see what's going on here.
Yeah.
You know, figuring out what's going on. But
We're
if
the
you
voice
check
of
us
the
out,
people.
we're the voice of the people. We're for MAGA. We're for Trump.
Life was good, wasn't it?
It
Yes.
was 4 years
And
of bliss.
Are people that naive?
Yeah.
We're still sleeping.
Yeah.
Sleeping. They're in a coma.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say so.
There's a lot going on.
2020 was a test, and we failed. Most of us. But they failed pretty badly. That was just a test.
Now, their plan is working. Overwhelm us with so much BS that we forgot about the previous jokes. Like, you're fireman, you're not getting $1 billion, son of a bitch. Hunter selling artwork for half $1 million. I have kindergarten kids that.
Better artwork. Right.
Oh, this isn't a scam. Great. Come on now. It's just.
People don't want to see the exposure. Well, God needs the nation needs the scales removed from their eyes. They need to humble themselves and turn to God.
Let's get realistic. That ain't going to happen in short order. I'm not against what you're saying at all. I'm on your side. It just.
What's going to get them there? You know, what's going to
I don't know. We were asleep at the wheel for so long.
Yes, our entire lives. Yeah, you're so on and so on. Generations we fell asleep.
Right.
You know?
And how big is that swamp?
God.
They're all scared.
They are scared shitless. They are.
I agree with you.
They are.
We were asleep at the wheel. Getting off subject, we got the same problem with Charleroi School District.
Three attempts on his life.
Tell me what's the crime
Okay,
rate
why don't you
like?
ask the police station? Last week they had 11 calls. 10 of them were for white folk, and 1 was a Haitian.
Yeah. Do you know why though? Was it
I didn't
crime?
find out.
Yeah, like what the crime was on. Yeah. You know what I mean? That is important. I agree with you, but that's important to know because if you
It's probably.
blame it on one, but the other one attacked the other one, we don't know that yet.
I don't know the details.
Yeah.
But I do know that it was last week. So out of 11, only one was that. And it was probably noise because they'd like to stay up later. Which is a different culture.
They're night owls.
Thank you. I've had go to the same place since I was 18. 2 years ago, they changed it to Van Voors. You ever hear of Van Voors? Well, you got 4 houses and that's about it. And nobody could explain why they moved me there.
Okay.
So I went in and the lady goes, I could tell they were rednecks and good old folk. He says, Democrat or Republican? I says, I got calluses. He goes, Republican. They actually said that.
Yeah.
And I had my driver's license out. I said, we don't need that. I have a problem with that.
Yes,
Me too.
exactly.
That's it. Right, that's it. I'm watching my language.
Yeah, and we should know who wins that night, right? We should know who wins that
Just like
night.
we used to.
Yep.
Just like
Smart.
It worked well. Why did they have to change it?
No sniff to put. Don't fix what's not broken.
That's right.
It was like that.
Or reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Glad you left that.